Welcome to Madrid Reviews. This is your host, Christian Madrid, and on today's video, we're going to be talking about The Surfer. Let's get to the review now, yo. Alright, y'all, let's get into this. So, I just watched The Surfer, and it was pretty good. It was definitely what you expect out of a Nicolas Cage film. Very odd and weird film, and definitely the weirdest film I've seen this year so far. Laura Finnegan did a phenomenal job directing this movie, as it's a very well-made film with tons of creativity and originality to it. And I'm not familiar with his other films, and this film makes me want to see his other films because this is a very well-directed film, and I can tell he's got talent, man. The writing is great in this film about a guy who returns to his childhood beach to surf with his son, but the locals, aka the Bay Boys, don't allow him and humiliate him throughout the film in many different ways. It's pretty clear that this group of people, these locals, are some kind of cult or something, you know. I found the story to be very enjoyable, and it's very creative. The movie, it is weird as shit, with not only the content, but the way this film is edited and shot with its dreamy cinematography that looks beautiful and uses many different color palettes, But I understand, at the same time, it's haunting and weird, and I do understand this kind of movie is not for everyone, it feels like a fever dream, The Surfer, and, if you're a fan of art house films, those independent weird movies, then you'll enjoy this. I enjoyed the characters, as this film is filled with likable and unlikable characters, as you really feel bad for what the surfer has to go through throughout this film. So the surfer is a pretty likable character, even though, it takes him almost the whole film to fucking stand up for himself. The film is a little slow at first, but it takes its time with the stories and characters to develop, and it makes you think and ask questions throughout the film. I like those kind of movies, and it answers most of them by the end of the film, I believe. The acting is incredible, as this film, Nicolas Cage gets a phenomenal performance. He's just playing his weird self, and if you like his performances in Mandy and Dream Scenario, didn't like him in this film. It's a good combination of the two. The production design is great in this film, and it takes place mostly on this beach and the parking lot of a beach, and it makes the most of it. And, the choice to shoot on location gives this film a more realistic feel to it. The beach, it just looks really nice in it. It made me want to go for a swim in that beach. What also makes this film, very weird is the sound and visual effects. It's very eerie, it's very eerie, both, to hear and see this movie with unusual sounds and visuals. It creeps me out a little bit, There's a particular scene where Nicolas Cage, he bites a rat, and it creeped me out, you know what? Yeah. And there's a pop-out scene with this, bug cricket thing, pretty weird stuff, I really like the score, as it adds a suspenseful and surreal film in the film. Overall, I enjoyed the hell out of The Surfer, as I will see anything Nicolas Cage is in. He's one of my favorite actors, I love Nicolas Cage. Please, give us more movies like this, more originality, more weird shit. Please, Nicolas Cage, and this film did not disappoint, and I recommend watching, So check it out. I give this film an A-. Weird and very good watching this movie. It is in and out, Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's type shit. Alright, y'all, so that's the end of the video. So don't forget to hit that like button, comment on whether you have seen The Surfer or are you excited to see it. And if you've already seen it, let me know your thoughts. What's your favorite Nicolas Cage movie? Mine's between either Dream Scenario or Leaving Las Vegas, or even Con Air or Face Off. I have so many, Nicolas Cage, such a great actor. Adaptation, The Rock, there's so many, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and alert to know when I drop a new review. Appreciate you all for watching. See you on the next one. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, whatever time you watch this. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch me talk about movies. Thank you. Adios.